What's happening, family? Just want to touch in with y'all real quick. I know y'all can see the title uh, of what we're going to talk about today real quick. I say real quick, it's never real quick. First of all, thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. We just hit 10 bands. I appreciate y'all for the support. Just crossed over 10,000. I think it was on Saturday, I want to say. Crossed over the 10,000 mark. You know, I don't know if y'all understand this, but being a male, talking about trucking, from an education standpoint, getting 10 bands is not easy, okay? With no twerking, capping, duck fishing, filters, wilding, cussing, screaming, none of that, right? Just straight education. Getting 10 bands is hard. Tell y'all right now, right? So I appreciate the support, right? You know what I mean? We got more to do, right? So based upon that, I want to touch base with y'all real quick, right? So discussion of the day, going into this month, like I said, we got the event coming up Saturday to help dispatchers, know how to market their business, to talk to 10,000 carriers a month. If you can do that, you should at least be able to close 3 to 5, okay? So, but on top of that, we're going to keep it moving when it comes to the trucking aspect, right? Freight dispatch, yes. So that's what's going to happen on Saturday. Peep the post that I put on the wall. I'm going to take this remote. I got to talk to a couple people today. I'm trying to set up what my plans are going to look like for Missouri, Tampa, Florida, as well as New Jersey. So I'm talking to some people that already live there today, so I can try to figure out where should I fly in, and then when will be the dates so I can start promoting it, because I want to get at least 8 to 10 people in the room to make it justifiable enough for me to pull up. We're going to have a good time, about 3 hours on a Saturday, give y'all the play. And then when I leave and come back, we'll set up a different type of mentorship program that's going to be a little bit different from y'all to still kind of get help, whether that is, calling. You want me on three-way. You want me to show you how you're building it out, looking at your email campaigns, a multitude of things. We're going to offer that as well, okay? But the purpose of the day is to talk about you don't want a truck, okay? So I'm talking about real quick with trucking. I'll do Q&A, okay? So a lot of people, I've been saying this since 2020, I think, on social media, is that you don't want a truck. You need to be prepared for a truck. Okay, so even the things that I've learned now with having a trucking business is 2016, I wish I could shut it down and start all over again completely. And if I continue to move forward with the trucking business, I would definitely do things a whole lot differently than what I did the first 6 or 7 years to have my trucking business. And it's simple is because you need to look at it from the long perspective that trucking is not going to go anywhere. So if it's not going to go anywhere, it's worth you spending time to take maybe 1 or 2 years to save up your money, invest, move, liquidate, sell some stuff that you got, and possibly even go buy a truck cash, buy from the auction, right? Buy it for 15, 20,000, put in the shop for like a year. Let it sit in the shop for a year, put another 20,000 in it. So you're in a truck for 40 bands, but that truck might be worth $60,000 once you build it from nothing to something. But then on top of that, you don't have a truck note. Okay, so you don't have a truck note. Now you have collateral on top of that, just in case you get in trouble and there's a problem. You can leverage that truck depending on what it looks for in the market. So yeah, you spend 40 for it. Let's say you get appraised for 60. You can leverage that truck for $60,000 and then get loans, money, lines of credit, whatever case may be, or whatever loans from the bank after you make it for a little bit of time. But at least it makes it look differently. You have a greater opportunity of success than somebody else that hears about trucking and they get excited and they jump out here and just do whatever. So I had a really intelligent gentleman on my phone call today. He jumped on my calendar for $1. He said, bro, I've been listening to your content and I could not believe it's only $1 to talk to you for 10 minutes. He said, man, I would have paid more than that. I would have paid $25 to talk to you for 10 minutes because I've been listening to your content. I said, well, I respect you. I said, because at the end of the day, I don't want somebody to waste my time by getting on my calendar. Don't at least answer the phone. So talking to him, we discovered in just 10 minutes, it's better for him to continue to do what he was doing opposed to jump in a hot shot rig and start running because he was hearing bad information from other people, right? So he was hearing information about people that overly infatuating or overly exaggerating the amount of money that he could make in a hot shot rig. Just in general, talking about $6,000 to $10,000 weekly, which is a lie. So he asked me, is that accurate right now? And I was like, absolutely not, right? I said, can you make $6,000 to $10,000 in a truck in a week? Possibly, right? Anything is possible. But the issue is, can you do it on a regular basis? And the answer is going to be no. So unless you're moving oil refinery stuff, you have military freight contracts, something like that, you're not going to be making that amount of money in order to sustain that $6,000 to $10,000 a week. It's not going to happen. So since it's not going to happen like that, you're going to get yourself in trouble overly expending, thinking that you're going to make a certain amount of money. But see, that's the difference. He was wise enough to say, I listened to you, I heard other people tell me stuff, but I listened to your content. I said, let me just see if this was true or not. So I'm asking you, and I told him, heck no. So him paying $1, him understanding, let me just verify this information from somebody else, right? That's been around longer than these people that are just talking to me. Probably saved him hundreds of thousands of dollars because he was willing to get information from people directly, not just through social media. Now, I'm grateful for y'all. Like I said, I made over 10,000, but there's things that I'm going to tell you that's on social media that if I talk to you directly, I'll know more about your personal situation, that I give you different direction. And that's my thing with people, is that you got to get with people, right, that have experience in helping you understand things that are more intel, because based on your situation, you may want to move differently. Okay. So for instance, let's say somebody got $100,000 cash. They can come out here tomorrow and get anything and they're going to be all right. Right. You got $5,000. 10,000. 15. Right. So because of that, every situation is very unique. So you need to find out what you should be doing, not can do. Okay. And I talk about this a lot. You should ask a person advice that has experience and expertise if you can do something, as if it was legal. Right. But what you should say is, should I do this based upon your experience and knowledge and foresight? Should I do this? And they're going to tell you yes or no. I took course online that I would be guaranteed direct hire after taking course. Yeah, I don't know whose course that is and something like that. I don't even know. Man, it's a dispatching course or something like that. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people make a lot of claims and do a lot of things, but, you know, that's neither here nor there in a sense, depending on, you know, who you listen to. Right. I mean, right now, I don't know anybody make a promise like that. I haven't seen anybody that's going to do a promise like that. But yeah, so the content, you know, what I want to make sure you understand, though, is for you to understand fully, for my last premise of this, is that you don't want a truck. Okay. You need to be prepared for one. So if you decide to get a truck, it's because you've run the numbers. You know what you're doing. You understand the model, the make, the years. You have some type of, you know, diesel mechanic experience, something of that nature, for you to fully understand what it's going to cost from the day-to-day operational aspect in order to have a truck. Then to get a truck, it makes perfect sense, because no matter how much you work in this life, the whole part about being a business owner is you got to figure out how to leverage people or things under your business in order to turn a profit. That does not mean your hand is going to do it all. So I have one of my mentees, and she's really trying to come up on TikTok. So like that, we're talking about today, matter of fact, we've been having a lot of conversations about CEO mindset, right? So she went on social media and had a conversation. Hey guys, let's jump in the comments and talk about this. And she talked about the difference between hustles and being a CEO. And I followed with it today. I said, notice, no one can have this conversation with you in your comments, right? She was like, yeah, why do you think that is? I said, because people are ignorant of what it looks like to actually operate a business. Everyone is focused on a hustle. Everyone's worrying about being self-made. Everyone wants all the attention that comes along with supposedly running a business, opposed to being the brains behind the organization, and you might not show up at all, right? So if you focus on being a CEO, your job is to understand where we're going as a company, and you're responsible for that destination. That does not mean you're going to do the work. So thank you so much, Tasha. So when I've been in the trucking business since 2016 as a carrier, and I have never once picked and dropped a load in that whole time. You know why? Because I was honest with myself to say, you know what? I don't like driving. I never want to drive. This is not what I enjoy. But the business model made sense. So I said, you know, I'll buy trucks and trailers. I'll leverage my MC, take the risk, and I will hire people to run trucks, because this is what I want to do as a business. And I've been in trucking since then. So that I talk to people, it's not about experience or what it looks like to chain the strap, ride down the street. Well, I like to do this with my maintenance, and all that is good information. Yes, it matters. But at the end of the day, that is not what a business owner is supposed to be talking about. It's this amount of money I made last month. What percentage are we where we need to be? Okay, how can I increase another 3% this month and over last month? And then that extra increase of 3% that I'm going to do, how can I put this aside and put this towards making my truck maybe more efficient? Maybe I need to put a gas tank in the back. Maybe I need to look into doing this other thing. Maybe I can set aside 5% every week and then start putting that aside to rent trailers. Well, let me rent trailers out to some people that can't get approved. Like, you have to look at this thing and build a business that makes money in a multitude of different arenas. If not, if something happens with the way you make money singularly, and no one ever told anybody that having a business makes money singularly. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question, right? Do you go to Chick-fil-A or anything and they only have one product on the menu? Chicken sandwich, right? And that's it. No drink, no accessories, no fries, no nothing. Do they only have ketchup? No. They give you other options that you can have because they're looking at you getting experience and offering you a multitude of different things. There's something that fits everybody and their needs and their desires. If you go to the grocery store, they don't want to have a categorization for noodles only. They got meat, water, sodas, drinks. Like, they have a multitude of things. So I don't understand why we as small businesses start a business and so singularly focused on offering one product or one service only and think that that's going to be successful. There's like literally nothing in your life that you can go experience or purchase from that does that. When you go to Nike, they don't have one shoe, just multiple sizes of one shoe, one color, right? Like, we have to get to the place where these people that you follow on social media, you need to get them to actually start making you think more than just selling you a phantom or a dream, always talking about money. Always talking about money all the time is just me trying to sell you something. I am focused on sometimes coming here just talking to you to make you think about life or make you reason, because it helps build my brand. That, hey man, I like following B Logistics because they be dropping some gems or something. And I may in the future purchase some stuff from them, right? But even if not, I still learn a lot. And if somebody else said they may spend some money with somebody, I would probably recommend B Logistics, because I think that they have a good platform for education. You see what I'm saying? So it ain't always about selling something. So if you follow people that only sell something, but they can never change your perspective on something that you thought about, or they not encouraging you, you've always got to be using God as a reality to kind of encourage you, because they're manipulating you like the prosperity gospel. Okay, so you have to be able to sit back and think, if I don't know this person on the other side of the camera, what is their motivation between going live and talking to me? What is their motivation? Because you don't know these people. Okay. So there's a difference between marketing and a heart to serve. I have a heart to serve people in the trucking industry because I almost lost my business because I had a bad dispatcher and I did not know it. And they had years and years of experience. And I thought I was the dumb one. I thought, well, who am I to tell this person something that's been doing this for like 15 years? So I almost lost my business thinking like that. So I don't want y'all to lose your business, and you could lose it not knowing what you need to know, not getting proper mentorship, because I would have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars if I would have lost my business because I went out here and financed everything in my personal name. And if the business would not have worked, it would have crushed me because I wouldn't have been able to pay these notes. So to me, this is not a game, okay? To other people, they will say anything to you to sell $19.99 course, $99 course, $59.99, 7 payments of $6, 12 payments of this, pay in 4 installments. They will say anything to y'all, but they don't make you think. So please understand, follow people that you can go look at their life. Have they done podcasts? Can you go look back at 3 or 4 years ago, I did a podcast, and then look at them today and see if their actions and what they said are congruent? If so, listen to them. Follow these people intently, because they want to make the industry leave it better than how they found it. So as long as I have here, as long as I have these platforms, I have these businesses, I hope to leave the industry better than what I found it for a regular person who did not come from trucking. Your daddy wasn't a trucker. Mama wasn't a trucker. Family wasn't a trucker. You just looked at trucking and says, hey, I want to hope that I can make some money in trucking, and I come from a different background. So when you notice the people that I hire, nobody came from a trucking background. I do that on purpose because some people on this app or these other social media tell you, if you didn't come from a background trucking, don't even do it. That's a lie. I came from retail management. I used to work at the vitamin shop, for like 13 years and quit and came out here. So I want to remove all of the ignorant statements that's out here telling you you can't do something. And this is the reality. The greatest awakening I had was always giving respect for somebody who said they had a business. I was like, oh man, you got a business? Wow. Oh, wow. Like that one dude, right? On social. Oh, wow. Right. Okay. I had always respect to people till I started doing business. I found out, you know what? These fools is trash, right? I mean, they are worse. A lot of these business owners are worse than employees. It's just that they do something good enough to where it's a need. And a lot of people need it, so they make a living. But these people have no integrity, no character, none of that. So I was shocked by their reality. Didn't come understand. They ain't smarter. They ain't better. None of that. It just, they saw something I didn't see, or they're not limited, or they're not scared based on failure. So they failed their way enough, failed their way through. They didn't quit. And so now I can look at today and say, okay, that's the secret. So you guys, again, need to follow somebody that's going to tell you the truth, that's going to deign there and talk crap to you. If you start doing that limited beliefs type stuff in order to get you outside of your comfort zone and make a life that you want to make. So I'm going to kind of close it with this. We live in these United States. I don't care what you feel about this statement right here, right? Your ability to live here freely is based upon somebody dying for your freedom. Okay? Somebody. No matter what color you are, your background, armed forces, whatever it is, somebody died, right? Oh, shoot. Somebody died, right? For your ability to have freedom the way you understand it today. Okay? So if you want to completely eradicate and change your life from where the trajectory has already been on for how many years, you're going to have to die to you. So you wanting to be, Saturday mornings not doing nothing, that needs to change. You wanting to work 8 to 5, talk about home life balance, that needs to change. You want to be off every weekend, that needs to change. Because guess what? You now need to get skills that you do not have. You need time to practice these skills that you are now newly trying to figure out. And you need to do it as fast as possible so you can get a return on your investment as fast as possible before you run out of money. There is no other way around this. And then when you do something you've never done before, you suck. You suck. You what? You suck. So the question that I have for people all the time when they come to me, and this is the individual perspective question they need to answer. How long will you suck for? Some people will suck for 6 weeks. Some people 6 months. Some people 6 years, because they will continue to make excuses on why they have not started yet. We live in an age of technology, AI technology, role playing. You can get mentorship from anybody depending on your price. You can afford to pay anybody to do anything this day and age. So the constant ramification is people don't want to grow or die to themselves to become the person that they need to be in order to live life on their own terms. It is an infatuation and an idolatry that they have to look at somebody else's life in which they would exchange lives with somebody else, but they don't want to put in the work to change their reality. And this is the conversation more people need to have. This. So I'm going to close it with this. I went on vacation. Y'all to follow me in June of 2021. Thank you, Tasha. I went on vacation for a week, and I was on really off for like a day, and I was still texting, checking emails. I was on TikTok, everything, right? And that's when I turned 40, right? And I hadn't been on vacation since I was 31, right? So think about that, 9 years. And a lot of y'all won't go 9 months without taking a vacation, but you say you want to live life on your own terms. So statistics. 13% of people make 6 figures a year to their hand. 13% of people in the United States. 4% of people make $250,000 a year. And 1% of people make $440,000 a year. Okay? If you want to be in one of these statistics, because we love to say, I'm one of the ones. I'm special. I'm unique, right? Well, you should prove it to yourself statistically, not just to the person in the mirror, because you're going to have to grow to become the person that can statistically say things like that about themselves. Okay? So because of that, yes, I feel you, right? So because of that, you need to die to yourself and become a person that you've never thought about becoming before in order to handle the things that you want for your future. So I was talking to a dude at the gym today, and I told him this, bro. The things that you do today will be the result of the life you have 5 years from now. Today. Okay? And people want to do something today and get the benefit Wednesday. And that's our problem. Okay? For anybody here who has kids, you can learn a lot from kids, right? Because this is why. Your child could be 5, 7, 8, 12, 14 years old. And let's say you beat them in some type of physical anything, running, jumping, lifting weights, boxing, whatever it is, right? They will look at you and say, you know, that's all right. In 5 years, I'm going to be better than you. In 10 years, I'm going to beat you. In 20 years, I'm going to do this. See, children have a proper perspective on development and growth and compounding effort that as adults we have lost somewhere. There's somewhere in our life as adults we've lost that there's a progression of getting better, that the more I do something, the better I get. And that if I could just focus on putting in effort today, it will benefit me something in somewhere in some regard, right? To help me. There you go, brother. I feel you, man. 3 years, I'm going to be a driver. There you go, right? You got to look at it now. So I'm telling you right now, to leave y'all with today, just real quick, questions or concerns, you can DM me, follow me on Instagram. I ain't come here to really go too much. I just want to put this in your mind today. The things that you do today, somebody put today in the comments. Today, because it's the only day you're going to get. You might not get tomorrow. You might not. August 7th. There's 300,000 people die supposedly every day. I looked it up in the world, right? Today. The thing that you do today will be the reality of the life that you live 5 years from now. So hurry up and do something today that you'll be grateful for that you did or you put together 5 years ago from now, 5 years in the future, man. I'm telling you. So when I look back over my life, I thank God every day that when I was 31 years old, I had knee surgery. I bought for myself 18 business books. And I was like, okay, I don't like to read nothing. I'm not a reader. I am a reader now. I was not a reader then. And I said, when I go on vacation, I'm going to promise myself every day from 8 o'clock to 2 p.m., I'm going to read these books. Because when again in my life, unless I retire, would I be able to sit down for 3 or 4 months and not have to go earn money? So I read them books. Nothing changed right then. This is in 2015. I read them books. I did not get my businesses started till a year later. A year later, I went on knee surgery like January 20th. I read all the books, went back to work in April. I got my authority letter in the mail in February of 2016, a year later. So I'm only telling you what I know is that what you're going to do today is going to be what you're going to look back on 5 years ago from now and be grateful that you put in the work when you could have done nothing. So there's going to be people that's going to listen to this and they ain't going to do nothing. They will lie to themselves. There's going to be other people that's going to hear this and they're going to start doing something today. And they will look up 3, 4, 5 years from now and they're going to thank God that they put in the work to change their reality. So for those, I salute you. To those who won't do the work, I don't know what to tell you, man, right? But it's going to be, again, harder than what you think. I'm telling you, no matter what you finna do. It's going to be harder than what you think, more rewarding than you could ever imagine. So when I look at just this year on this app, from I think the beginning of the year I had like 3,500 followers, and now we broke 10,000. I have went live over 130 hours in these few months. 130 hours, but I was convinced I'm going to hit 10K for the end of this year, right? I'm going to make it happen, right? 130 hours. And if somebody, I can go look at some of y'all on here that has 1,000 followers or something, and y'all ain't went 130 hours on nothing in 10 years because you're worried about somebody else over here judging you, worried about what it sounds like. You're not so eloquent with speech, blah, 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 hell excuses, instead of just being infatuated that you finna grow, that you're going to make a difference for your life, that you would do whatever it takes to evolve. So stop worrying about what it looks like to start. What's up, Shorty, right? Don't worry about what it looks like to start, but be infatuated with your development and your growth. Okay? Be infatuated with the idea that I'm going to get better every day. 1% better is all I focus on every single day. 1% better. Okay? If you could just focus on that, be 1% better. Okay? If you look at that, we got 24 hours in a day. Okay? 24 hours in a day. You do that times, just literally times 1%. That means if you would dedicate 24 minutes to a thing every day, you'll get 1% better every day. Okay? I want you to take that with you. 24 minutes a day, 7 days a week, 365. You'll get 1% better at whatever you focused on. Okay? So grace and peace to y'all. I appreciate y'all, right? I'm going to salute y'all. People blowing on my phone right now. So I got to go deal with some of these messages that I got. Okay? Yeah, I got some stuff I got to do. Okay? So grace and peace. Thank you, my brother Joe. Get your stuff rolling, man. Go follow my girl here, Jimmy Jazz. Everything trucking right here. Go follow her. She used to get a play to y'all. You box truck people. She got a free course. She got a course that's good. Entry level. Get you rolling outside. All that kind of stuff, right? So you know me, I don't vouch for a lot of people. If I'm telling somebody's legit, it's because they legit and they have good intentions. Okay, that's at the end of the day, all you can judge a person by is based on their intentions. So I talk to her on a daily basis. She has great intentions. She's a solid person. Go follow her too. I'm trying to get her up to where she can get 1,000 followers, and we're gonna go live together and be giving y'all the game when it comes to trucking. Okay, so again, grace and peace to y'all. Go follow real quick. Scroll up a little bit, Jimmy Jazz at everything, or Jimmy Jazz, everything trucking, okay? She lives in the Midwest area, legit woman. Go tap in, okay? So I appreciate y'all. Grace and peace. I hope to go live tomorrow, maybe give y'all some more. But if not tomorrow, definitely on Wednesday, because I'm going to be in the office, and I'm going to turn the computer on, let y'all maybe talk to my dispatchers a little bit or something like that. It is too freaking hot in Texas for me to go to my trucking yard and give y'all some content. So I'm making some moves in trucking, but I would say the content, because the phone's going to die, is 100 every day, 105 in Texas. Turn the phone on for 5 minutes, it's going to shut off. So hopefully like in the fall, winter, I'll go out there and start talking about trucking stuff in the field, because I can pop up my tripod and I'm going to go hard and give you some field information about what things look like, trailers, what you look at, axles, stuff like maintenance. And I'll start breaking down some stuff in the winter for y'all when I can actually turn on the camera and give y'all some good content. Okay, so appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good day.